friends, I am over at the Ripe Tomato Pizza, about to go in and meet my friend Hassan. I'm going to tell you a little bit about his business. He's going to cook up some stuff for me to eat, and we'll enjoy some time together, so stay tuned. So friends, I'm here with my friend Hassan. I met him on an Uber ride. Actually, we met twice, didn't we?
Twice, yeah.
Twice, yes. So I picked him up again. I think it was the other night. It was
last night.
And I'm like, we need to make this happen.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really believe strongly in times like this is I want to feature what local businesses are doing, how they're doing. But here's Hassan at Ripe Tomato Pizza in Marda Loop in Calgary, Alberta. So Hassan, thank you for joining me on this episode
thank you
here.
for coming.
So I'm going to get a little bit of background about Hassan, a little bit about how he came to this point, and then get him to talk a little bit about this establishment here and why it means so much to him. So Hassan, give my audience just a bit of a background into you and what makes you you.
Awesome, thank you. So my background is pretty much mostly into sales. I work for this company called Mr. Emperor Group of Businesses. And we're a marketing company that what we do, we just help small businesses that are struggling to get back on their feet, right? We stumbled upon Ripe Tomato and actually was already shut down, right? We reached out to the owners to see what was the issue, why was it getting shut down, to see like if we can help out what we can do, right? We reached out to the owners, we sat down, we talked to them about like numbers and what was the reasons. So it's like more than one reason. It's mostly about management and owners and stuff like that. But the most thing that we realized the issue was, even if we kept changing owners and management, was marketing. So we gave them an idea about doing marketing for them and stuff like that. And they were super interested. The thing is, they weren't, like they didn't want to just do it right away type of thing. So what happened is we discussed that we could take over this place, put our own management in here, put our own staff, stuff like that, built it from the, pretty much that ground up from like whenever it was shut down till now, and see where it goes from there. And yeah, we got into the project, we started renovating, see what we can do, and so far so good.
Amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's a much different place than it was before.
Yeah, way different. Like
and the biggest key to that, you would say, is what?
Honestly, the biggest key to that is just patience and like having a lot of like ambition and patience to like want to start something new. My whole life, I sit behind a computer. I'm in an office. You know what I mean? That's like my type of job, right? So I never managed a restaurant. I never like I worked as a kid at a restaurant, but I was dishwasher, nothing serious. But I didn't realize like this. I took this as a learning experience for me, right? Because honestly, I'm interested. I always want to knowledge. You can't. Now, if you have a lot of knowledge, you're rich, right? It doesn't matter about money. It's about knowledge. So at the end of the day, when my business partner came up to me and told me about this idea, I'm like, honestly, I'm up for the challenge because I want to see how it is, right? And so far, so good. There's a lot of like challenges for sure, ups and downs. Like starting, especially in the restaurant business, it's there's a lot of stuff you need to watch out. Right, because one little thing, it could be an issue in the future, right? So you gotta make sure you're on top of everything.
What are you doing differently than the previous guys didn't do?
So, with the previous guys, I'm not too sure background about them too much, but I see pictures of the place before, and it was really good. So what happened with these guys when Corona and the pandemic hit? They panicked. They didn't know what to do. They didn't want to adapt and pivot to the situation, right? So it was too overwhelming for them, and they're like, let's shut down. That's what I think at least, right? Let's just shut down. And the way we think about it though, that this is a great opportunity. I understand everyone's staying at home, there's a pandemic, lockdowns, all that type of stuff. But people need to eat, right? Not everyone knows how to cook. I understand you can't come and dine in, you can take out delivery, right? So the thing is, with the other owner, what he could have done, he could have hired a delivery driver, and every one person called, just sent it out as delivery. But I don't know what happened, just too much for them, and they said no, right? So what we're doing, we're trying to change that, right? So this place has its own clientele, has its own customers, everyone loves this place, right? And what we're trying to do is to reach out bigger client base, right? So we're gonna do marketing for this, make sure we get all of Calgary, everyone knows the right tomato pizza name, and have it become like a Domino's one day, right? That's the whole issue, because this brand has been here for 10 years in Calgary, right? Nobody knew. Exactly, nobody knew. Jerusalem Shawarma, you know Jerusalem Shawarma, that's been here for 5 years.
Really?
4 or 5 years, and they're well known,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what's the difference between this and that? Okay, I understand it's different types of food, but at the end of the day, it's still food, right?
Yeah.
People were gonna, if they crave Mediterranean food, they're gonna crave Italian food too.
Sure.
So what is the difference? So we decided, let's give it a try, see what we can do. The system is there, pizzas are there, we know how to make it. It's all about customer experience and how you deliver that to each customer, right? So that's pretty much like the only thing we're trying to work on right now.
I love like when I walked in the decor here, the atmosphere is really cool. Just doing some panoramic sweeps. I love the bar setting here, you know. I saw, you know, some of your customers are there and you're interacting with them. That was really neat to see.
See, that's the best part. Usually, before all of this pandemic situation happened, when kids come in, we let them sit on the bar actually. And if they, let's say their parents ordered a 4-cheese pizza, we do have small kids dough that we give it to the kid. And he's making the pizza same as his parents with us, right? So we're making his parents' pizza, and he's making his own technically, right? So he's like a little chef.
Hands-on.
So exactly, right? So
really cool.
that is like the best thing about that, right? But like because of the pandemic and what's going on now, they're not allowing us to do that, but it should be coming back soon. You know?
So why should people consider ripe tomato pizza over the other options that are there?
For sure. So ripe tomato pizza is not just any regular pizza. It's a Napolitan pizza, right? What that is, it's thinner crust, right? It's smaller than a regular pizza, but it's way more tastier than a regular baked pizza. Now with this Napolitan pizza, you flash cook it. It's not baked, right? With regular pizza, Domino's, anywhere you put it through the oven, it comes out ready on the other side. No, this one is, we make the dough fresh every day, right? So we make it on our hands, we make the dough in front of you guys, we stretch it, depending on what size you guys want it, right? So we do that in front of you guys, all eyes on, nothing's behind the scenes, everything is right there, you can see. The best part is, there's the Forno oven. So with the Forno oven, so all these ovens actually in each location are imported from Italy, right? So they're called Forno oven, they call them the Beast, technically, right? So whoever's dealing with that is the Beast Master, right? Exactly, right? So because the Beast is putting out fire, you're dealing with the fire, you're the Beast Master. So what it is with that, when you do the pizza, when it's baked, it's just like a little brown, you know, layer on the outside. With the Napolitan pizza, what it is, it gets speckling on the crust. And what the speckling is, just air bubbles, you know, just speckling on the crust, and that's what makes it so unique, right? And let's say you grab a pizza from, I don't want to keep saying names, but you grab a pizza from another place, baked pizza, and you eat it after you're like, I want to go to sleep, or like, I want to just, it's heavy, right? This pizza, even you grab the 12-inch, the big one, you can eat that all by yourself, to be honest, depending on what toppings you put, and you can feel completely fine, because at the end of the day, it's filling, right? But you don't feel like that greasy fill. You feel full, and like you can still go back to work. You can still go do whatever you need to do, right? Because I remember sometimes, honestly, I'll be hungry, I'll eat a full Domino's pizza, and I'll go to sleep right after, you know, and that's the worst thing. So that's what, like, honestly, it's so different, so unique, and everything we do in front of you, right? So everything's fresh and made every day. So that's the best part about it.
So my experience eating the pizza, this is my first time with ripe tomatoes pizza. My experience was where it's contrast between, let's say, like a bun, which is dense, versus pastry, which is flaky.
Exactly.
So I noticed that difference there. It's a lot lighter that way.
It is.
And I chose there's 9-inch and then there's 12-inch guys, and so I chose the 9-inch, and so that was one I really enjoyed. I finished the whole thing. He's like, "Want some more?" So I haven't posted it yet, but I also got some ribs as well, or no, ribs, wings. So awesome.
We also got ribs too, if you would like to try some, for sure.
Thank you. I would fulfill my capacity today. So you guys are here in Marda Loop. Was it always in this location?
So we actually have two right now that we currently run, which is the one in Airdrie and one in Marda Loop. There's two that are closed currently. We're trying to see if we can take over those to reopen, but so far it's only these two locations, right? So yeah, honestly, we're looking forward to making this international. You know, not just like Canada. We want to take it to the States. We want to take it maybe overseas, right? Just to like have it become a big name. That's my goal, at least, for this coming here, because I'm actually really committed to making sure that this is on the map, right? When somebody says ripe tomato pizza, right now I talk to my friends, I'm like, ripe tomato pizza, they're like, what? I want, when I say ripe tomato pizza, the clicks in their head like Domino's clicks, like Pizza 73 clicks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the whole what I'm trying to
And
make.
be on the competing field.
Exactly.
How long have you done this here so far?
So, we opened?
Yeah.
It's been almost a month and a half.
Is that all?
Reopened, yeah.
Seriously? Oh my goodness. Okay. So the future forecast, how long do you anticipate to take? Is this like long-term commitment for you?
This is a long-term commitment for me. And the first, so I have like a yearly plan for this business. In the first year, I plan on breaking even, right? Because when you first start off the business, it doesn't matter, like the name is there, but if you make more than you break even, great, put that back into the business, but the first thing you want at least break even. But let's say 10 years down the line, 5-10 years down the line, I want to fly overseas and sell franchises, right? To different countries, different, you know, states, stuff like that. And have the ripe tomato name just spread around pretty much the world. That's literally my goal in the next 5-10 years. Let's say fly to Dubai, fly to Europe, fly to Paris, open up a place there, do their own certain way. So that's really my goal.
What's pretty cool about these kind of interviews at the outset is that we see you at the beginning, and then we're able to contrast that down the street.
That's
and like, wow, here's how these come.
That's what I mean. That's the best part. That's the best part.
The way you describe making the pizza is unique and different from the other locations. How many others in the market field are doing the same way like you?
Perfect. I like that answer. That question. So there's right now there's one thing similar to us that's like a big name, which is Famoso. Right now, Famoso, it's a full service restaurant. You come in, they wait on you, they serve you, everything is good. With us, it's better quality food, by the way. Okay, I'm trying to do my own words. Better quality food, right? We're just not full service, right? You come in, you pay, you get your food, you watch everything being made, right? So you know nothing is getting like, everything is clean, sanitized, everything is awesome, right? So you'll see everything in front of your eyes, and going forward from there, you'll get it served to you on your table. Everything, nothing's behind the scenes, right? So what it is, the only places that I think is competing with us is Famoso. That's like a big name. Everywhere else, it's just like really small, local place that they don't like really do marketing and stuff like that for, right? So that's pretty much it. Only Famoso, and the only thing difference between Famoso's here is that we have better quality food, I think, and you just don't get waited on, right? You come, you order at the front, you go, you grab your pizza, and you can sit and eat, or you can eat, right? So that's pretty much it.
The biggest challenge right now and the biggest advantage of being in the middle of a pandemic while starting a new pizza joint, what are those?
So the biggest challenge for me right now while starting a pizza joint is because we're trying to reopen this, right? So it was closed for 6 months. So all the clients that used to come here, they like found other ways to accumulate their necessity, right? So right now we're trying to, my biggest challenge is trying to get those clients back. So far every day I see improvements, right? People coming in every day, oh my God, you guys are open, thank God, we've been waiting, right? So that's one step by step. So that's one of the biggest challenges, is getting people through the door that already existed here before. Because we want to let them know that, hey, we're open again, you know, come back. So we just did a soft opening right now. This is technically a soft opening because we want to like let everyone know that, hey, the sign's on, come by. Right? The next step after this, what I think is when we start launch, is to hit all of Calgary and get everyone here. I don't think that's going to be a big challenge. The only big challenge I think is just to get the reoccurring customers to come back, right? Just so they know that we reopened. What was the other thing?
And the biggest advantage.
Advantage. So there's the biggest advantage here is that it's food, right? Doesn't matter what we're going through, pandemic, no pandemic. Yes, there's some people that might be like, no, I'm not even going to order out. Yes, I understand, but there's some people that will, right? Everything here is clean, sanitized. All of our stuff is tested. Nothing is like on like no funny stuff, right? So let's say the biggest advantage is that we serve really good food, and people love that, like pizza. Who does not like pizza, right? And pizza is like the number one thing. Every social gathering has a pizza box there, you know? Doesn't matter where it is, there's a pizza box. I understand if you've got KFC, whatever, there's still a pizza box there. So that's always there. So my advantage is that there's not a lot of pizza stores in the area, number one, right? In Marda Loop, right? There's not a lot of pizza stores in Marda Loop, and we're open pretty late. We're gonna have a delivery driver soon, right? And just going on from there, if you don't come in here to eat, there's no problem. Bring it to your house,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
So this is the biggest advantage, I think. That let's say other places that like Promoso, you dine in, they might do takeout, but now you can't go dine in anymore. Now people lose jobs, stuff like that. My staff is perfect. They all have their jobs, they all have their shifts. Nobody loses anything. We keep going like the way we are, you know? That's what I'm saying. So it's the best part.
Cool. I'm gonna take it a little personal now.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about you, your background, where you came from, how you came here, and why this is all so important for you.
Awesome. So I'm born in Toronto, Ontario, 1995. And what happened is I actually moved back home, which is Lebanon, when I was 2 years old with obviously my parents.
Sure.
And I got raised there till 14. But I used to come here every summer just to hang out with my family and stuff. My mom's family was here. Moved here when I was 15 and didn't know what I wanted. I still technically don't know, but I have an idea, right? Went to school, everything is good, and moved out and I started like just jumping, you know, from job to job, see what I like, see what I can do. And I finally came to Calgary a year ago. And my business partner, which I actually met here, and he's kind of like my mentor, right? His name is Ralph. Really, really nice guy. Honestly, the best guy you probably ever meet. He guided me since day one. Like I got a job since I came here, and he was at that job too. And he told me, he's like, big things are coming. Because I first met this guy, I'm like, whatever, you know? Every day he told me, big things are coming, big things are coming. We both left that job together. We got a different job together. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden he launched the company, Mr. Emperor Group of Businesses. We started doing marketing together. And he kept telling me big things are coming. I already got the big things. Apparently it's bigger. All of a sudden, boom, we have this big thing, right? And that came out of nowhere, right? And he's like, it's yours, right? I'm like, there's too much, you know? And he's still telling me there's still big things coming, right? So at first, when I first started talking to him, it's like talking to a random guy. He's like, hey man, don't worry, big things are coming. I'm like, whatever, man. Time passes by, patience. I still did what I needed to do, and you see the results come by after, right? And honestly, I'm really grateful for him because he taught me a lot of things that I didn't know, right? And I was in a like tough spot before. He got me out of it by like just knowledge and like telling me what to do. And I will never forget that. So that goes a long way with me, right? So doesn't matter if you're like my family member, my friend, or even an enemy that did good to me, I will remember that to the day I die, right? So I'm loyal to those type of people. So at the end of the day, when he told me this, I was like, our money's into this, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna consider it's only my money, right? And I'm gonna make sure that I treat your money like as if my money. And that's how brothers are supposed to be like that, you know what I mean? So that came a long way with me, and honestly, like from the way I was like 5 years ago to now, huge improvement, huge improvement.
I'm going to ask you a more awkward question. What was it in you that he saw that he kept on persisting with you despite your saying, there's not much here, why are you investing here?
So with him, so at one point, I'm up to him, I'm like, hey man, I'm going back to Toronto. He's like, why? I'm like, it's just like, I'm over it, you know? I want to go back to Toronto, I have my family there, everything is there. I can figure stuff out, you know, it's no issue. I thought I would come here, it's easier, but it turns out not. He's like, no man, just give it a little bit of time, give it a little bit of time. So I'm not too sure what he's seen in me, it's just maybe he saw the loyalty that I have for him. Because since day one, right, when I was I got a sales job and he was my trainer there. And since that day, he told me, big things are coming if you stay with me, right? As a new guy getting trained with this guy, he's like, okay, this guy wants to make money off me, whatever. But no, it wasn't like that at all. And I was like, he helped me out so much that I was so loyal to him that like I treat him like better than I treat my own brother. You know what I mean? So that goes a long way with him, it goes a long way with me. So I think it's because he's seen how loyal and how dedicated I am, that how I treat his money like as if it's my money, that goes a big way, especially in running businesses. Because let's say these staff right now, right? They break something, they don't care, they're getting paid, right? I'm paying for that, right? So it's a huge difference. So when somebody acts like takes something from you and acts like it's theirs and you take care of it, that goes a long way. Right? So I think that's what made like the majority of it. And there's other like things here and there, but I think the majority of it is that, because I treat whatever he has like it's mine, and I treat it with so delicately. I want to make sure everything is awesome.
That's amazing. I love it. Sounds like an amazing guy.
He is. I really hope you guys should meet soon.
I would love that.
Honestly, you guys would be awesome. You guys have his meeting.
Yeah.
He loves all that type of stuff.
That's
you know.
amazing. You mentioned something else about there was something you had an idea of where you'd like to go now in the future. You've been exploring for a lot, but you had a glimmer of something here. Do you feel comfortable elaborating on that a little bit?
Yeah. So what it is with that, there's I have a couple of goals. So like business wise,
Yeah.
I'll say in 10 years, I'm gonna be fully owning one of these stores,
Sure.
like fully be mine.
Yeah.
Right, and I'll have a percentage in a couple of months. Right, that's my goal in 10 years, business wise. Now, I don't want to. Like, yes, I want to own this business, right? But I don't want to stay here.
Sure.
I want to own multiple businesses. So I want to make this to go enough to the point where I can have someone run it for me. Like I'm running it for my mentor. I want someone for me like that, right? That I trust and they trust me and have loyalty. When I get to that point, I'm gonna move on to the next thing. And to be honest with you, my next thing is what I'm thinking right now is a car dealership, because everyone needs cars, right? I'm trying to market stuff that everybody needs, right? So with that, that's still like a lot of investment, right? I want to see, but my next goal is probably a car dealership. If not, I want to open just a collection office for different portfolios. Let's say for like Capital One, MasterCard, stuff like that. So the goal is pretty much, let's say like 10 years, it's like fully owned, like Ripe Tomato Pizza Marda Loop, and from there I have percentage in a couple, and I have different business ventures of like just different stuff that I'm like interested in. Like my whole life I like to make t-shirts. I made these, right? Like we sent them in to they think to print them out. It's so easy, it's super simple, but I always wanted to make like a clothing brand. Right? And
did you make the logo as well?
No, the logo came with that thing. Yeah, we cannot touch the logo. So from there, so I always wanted to make like a clothing brand because like I would see designs, and I'm like, oh, I can do this and like add something to it. I always like that, right? But that's like to make money out of that. It takes a long time, right? So I want to have that as like a hobby where I wear my own brand, you know, I have my own designs, I wear it, I go around, oh, nice shirt, where'd you get it from? Oh, it's from me, here you go, buy it online, right? Stuff like that. I'm not looking to make profit off that, but I just want to like, I want to have more than one thing, you know, because having one thing gets boring, right? It doesn't matter how much money you get, at the end it's not about the money, it's about knowledge and about me being happy and about me just having the experience, right? Honestly, that's all it's about. If you're just chasing money, that's not good. Right? Money comes, whatever you put in the time and effort, money comes back to you. So that's how I think of it. Right?
I'm holding back on so many more questions. Because I know you still have to work here.
No.
Final couple of questions. We're in a pizza joint. What's your favorite food?
Okay. Now pizza. So, to be honest with you, when we first started trading here, we had to make all the pizzas, right? And you have to try it. So you gotta try the product at first. They tell you don't try the product, but this you have to try the product. We made all the pizzas. I got sick of all the pizzas, right? Because I ate it so many times, and every single day. Honestly, my favorite food is probably just steaks. Steaks.
And how do you like your steaks?
Medium well.
Medium well.
Yeah. And preferably from the keg. If not, from this like butcher that we know. Other than that, nothing. But like second favorite food, probably like Mediterranean food. Obviously, I'm Arab. You gotta take it back to the homeland, you know. So that'll be like the second. Third, pizzas. So it's in the top three at least. Okay, it's in the top three for sure.
That's awesome. Now, in reference to Calgary, I love Calgary. What's your forecast? Are you committed to your time here in the city, or are you open to wherever the opportunity takes you?
So right now, the opportunity is in the city right now, right? And it's here, everything is good. So I'm taking advantage of this, making sure I catch the opportunity here. Now let's say this becomes big enough, I don't want to stay here. I told you, Toronto's my hometown, born and raised, I love Toronto. I want to have a franchise there. Preferably own that one, right? And move on from there to the next one, right? So what it is, whatever I make here, I want to have a duplicate in Toronto. Because if it's really good here, it's gonna do great in Toronto, right? Because Toronto's already booming, and everybody loves to experience this type of stuff, right? 10 years, Calgary will be like Toronto. In 10 years, Calgary will be like Toronto 100%. I'm trying to catch that before it becomes like Toronto. Because right now in Toronto, it's kind of too late. Like, it's not too late, but like to start a business, it's kind of rough, right? Especially with the lockdowns and stuff, they're not letting no one open. Here is completely different, regulation and stuff like that. And opening the business here, in 10 years, it's gonna boom, 100%, depending on the location and what you're selling, obviously. But I see Calgary becoming exactly like Toronto in 10 years, if not even better, right? So my goal is just not miss on the hype. It's like watching the stock market, you know, one day, 1 second, it goes up, 2 seconds later it goes down, right? So I wanna, when that second it goes up, I wanna be there to catch it on the way up before it goes down. That's the deal.
Gotcha. Final question. What in your life, like if you're to place priorities in life of what's really important to you and where your time, your valuation of what's important goes, put that into a hierarchy of the most important things for you in life right now.
Most important thing in life for me right now is family. I neglected family my whole life, pretty much. I was like, oh, I don't need no one. All I need is myself. And that's not the way you're supposed to think. At the end of the day, everybody could drop you instead of your family, right? So what it is, wasn't close enough with my family at all, and something happened, and then all these guys that I thought they were my family disappeared. And that's when I realized, and my family stepped up right away. Although I haven't talked to them in so long, they still stepped up to the plate, right? And they were still there. And that's when I realized, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter ups and downs, left or right, doesn't matter what it is, your family will always be there, right? So my suggestion is, like, the most important thing is family. If without my family, I wouldn't be here, right? Without my brothers, without my mom and my dad, there's no way I'll be the guy I am today. And it took me a long time to realize that. I hope people realize it earlier than I did, before it's too late, really. Because honestly, like, one day they're there, the second day they're not. And all that stuff you could have said, you can't say it no more, right? So that goes a long way with me, right? Family, number one.